Welcome to the 7th episode of Admincast from the first day game. This is the 7th session, and we will start as usual in whatever Portugal is. This time it's Croatia.
Wait, is this the first time there's actually an admin in Admincast?
No.
I'm also admin, just less than you.
He's the, strictly speaking, yes. Because he's an owner.
But yeah, Croatia.
Yeah, we're looking at Portugal with Silesian ideas that formed Croatia.
And we've got the culprit here. He can defend himself
Yeah, and it's
for
Shinto.
what he has done here.
Also, there are two very important things, three to point out. First thing is Shinto. He is the Emperor of China. And he's in HRE.
Yes.
So yeah. As always. I think he still wants to go for more death modifiers. And no military
There
modifiers
are
at all.
still more death modifiers you could collect.
There's 5% more I can get.
Yeah.
From where?
From Indian tech. Like the... What is it called?
That's a lot of modifiers.
The tier 2 government reform. And you can... Do you have trading in tropical wood already? Yes, you have. Why do you even ask? Also, it's like... he makes 950 ducats from trade. If he would be a
forced
great
us to
power, he
change
could...
the tributary rules again.
If he would be a great power, he could press the economic hegemon button and gain more autonomy change and thus more money. Oh well.
Yeah, I think that wraps it up for Croatia. Lots of
Yeah.
death memes still going on. And we'll tap into the creations he has that
Also-
are now interfering in China later.
One thing, he has a maximum manpower of 41k, and his account manpower pool of 10 times that. Because he asked,
How?
he asked for manpower from Vermont all the time.
Doesn't that count as an exploit manpower banking?
No, it's not. Like, he can't do anything with the manpower. If he asks for money, he gives the money back.
He paid off Sweden's debt. I don't think we should do anything about it. Let's hop over to Spain.
You mean Aztecs?
It's still Spain for me.
No, it's Spain. It says clearly Spain.
Yeah, I'm just treating it as if something's normal in this game, and this is Spain. Just
Spain.
a regular Spain formed by Castile. Everything's fine.
With Nahuatl religion.
No, we don't,
Ignore the
we don't look at
religion.
religion.
yeah.
Everything is normal here.
Yeah, we do not look at the religious map mode in Iberia. It's disgusting.
Yeah,
He did it.
Spain
Yeah,
is.
so what's Spain doing? I think he got very, very strong during the last session because of his sub, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
like great sub. Sub did sub things and just pushed the nation from solid middle tier to upper tier. Basically fully built. There's a few buildings to build. All of the regimental camps basically done. All of the manpower buildings basically done. He's just running out of things to dev meaningfully. Like he can dev more of Mexico. But that is like shitty land to dev because it's either mountains or deserts or tropical or jungle. So you might want to wait till you get the next admin dev efficiency. I think is in 3 techs. Yeah. Very strong nation, great ideas, great religion, lots of manpower. Deserves the title of upper fifth.
Yeah, will be interesting to see what he does this week. I don't
He
think he will
needs
sit
to-
around doing nothing.
Needs to upgrade his forts as you're showing. So probably also build a fort above Granada or Gibraltar.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean...
I'm wrong province there, yeah.
but then you need to delete something from there. Yeah, like the forts still needs to be upgraded. They're like level 4.
I think
whatever.
we can go over to Andalusia.
Still around, still surviving.
Yeah, I mean, doesn't change much these days, although he did conquer Sicily from the now dead Pope.
Yeah.
I mean, we might tap into that a bit more when we talk about Jerusalem and France.
Yeah.
So
Wait, is the only
interest-
reason Andalusia is still alive because Vermont is protecting him?
Yes.
Okay.
Vermont had like at one point 120k in Maghreb, in Morocco. So, yeah. Like, again, upgrade your cannons and your troops for crying out loud. You never do
he
it.
still hasn't done it.
Nope. This time it's cannons.
I mean, there's a lot of things to still do in his country.
Yeah, you can build workshop, manufactories.
Nice soldiers household.
Yeah,
Lots of stuff to build for him.
Manpower buildings, he still has to dev, he still has to build like few
I mean,
regimental camps.
this could be
Also-
pretty holdable for him, but I would construct a fort in Messina. I know
Yes.
he doesn't like mountain forts, but that's a good one.
He doesn't like good forts.
Doesn't like mountain forts?
Well, he deleted the ones he has down.
He deleted all of the forts in Morocco.
Why?
I mean, he wanted to lose this land, maybe, but
No.
He
He
now
wanted to
constructed a fort in
conquer
Fez.
Songhai, which had better tech, more ideas, better eco.
yeah, I think people can rewatch that on the first admin cast. It was very
it was-
interesting story. We spent most time looking at Andalusia and trying to figure out why the fuck he would delete forts and then attack a stronger nation.
At least he built forts, like upgrade your forts, by the way.
Yeah.
Also, you should start integrating the derbs because 5% morale is from your region is worth less.
Although,
than-
do they matter?
Yeah, it's all 3 or 4 dev. It's nothing
I mean,
down
it
there.
used to
But
be 3
it's-
or 4. I think it's now higher because maybe the ice deved it a bit, but
Uh,
I'm not even sure. Honestly,
It's-
it's a desert. What is he realistically going to do with that desert?
Defeat to tank, a trade station, a workshop, and the regimental camp.
I think he has lots of other stuff to dev, right? Actually,
What are his ideas?
He is
lacking behind on religious. That actually, what are other people doing on ideas? 35, 35. Not
he
good.
finally ditched expansion. It just took him 100 years.
I mean, idea set looks good enough.
And he's still got 6 merchants.
Yeah. Yes. How does he have so many?
1 merchant in Vienna steering to Venice.
Oh, it's the plutocratic reform. And he gets 2 from his colonies. Yeah, like his trade sucks. Nothing to say there.
I mean, he could.
Songhai.
Maybe he should be
Oh.
actually switching over to Genoa, looking at his trade share there. I mean, he has a center of trade here. He can upgrade that, and that puts him like if it's 12 now.
Does he have light
that's
ships?
better than Tunis and Southie, right? Does he have light ships?
Yes, he has.
10. Yeah.
Well, he's getting 30 in trade from Sevilla.
Yeah. With 4% share. Do you have light ships there? Yes, you have.
I mean, yeah. The question is this better or bigger share of this?
Darth? Would you be mad
Pardon?
if I privateer Sevilla for a month and see how much the value drops?
No, just for a month. Fine.
With 300 light ships?
Oh my god.
Okay, we can go over to Songhai, I think.
I saw that fleet all the time at the coast of Khmer.
Which one of the 5?
Oh, I only saw, 250 or something
Oh,
shipping
that's the light
around.
ships.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a nice workshop to not build.
Yeah,
What?
Songhai doesn't like buildings. That's the conclusion. Like,
He has a lot of money.
he doesn't have any workshops either. He doesn't have any soldiers' households. He doesn't have any workshops. He
Which
doesn't
is
have any
interesting
barracks.
for a nation that's swimming in gold, right?
He is not swimming in gold because he didn't def gold for
Yeah, he
whatever reason.
outscaled his gold mines a bit. That's true.
Yeah, like, if finally def the gold mines at least.
Or ask your friend in Mutapa. They are friends, right? Yeah. Ask your
Yeah.
friend in Mutapa for like a loan to build your buildings because you don't have building space.
Also, get rid of the Merc Company. Why do you have? How much are you paying for that Merc Company? You're paying 21 ducats for Merc companies.
You can afford that.
Like, instead of paying for your milk company with 21 ducats, just disband them, build them normally, or just every 4 months you get a workshop.
Yeah, just take your money and build buildings, maybe. I think that's the advice we can give to Songhai.
Yeah.
Let's look at Mutapa.
How rich is he?
Not that rich.
Not that rich, but he's making a lot of money. I wonder if-
Compared to me, he is quite rich. That is.
He gets 70 ducats from subsidies. Keep in mind.
all the buildings he has left aren't as great as the ones that Mutapa has, but there's still decent stuff to build.
He has to build workshops. That's the next step. Not workshop manufacturers. He's still missing a lot of them.
How are his universities doing now? He had like 5 last session.
Oh, he has
A
more.
lot better now.
Oh wait, yeah, we should check.
I have one.
Yeah, also, he followed your advice, I think, with deving up this land. Like you pointed out a few states inside Congo.
Yeah, going state by state with centers of trade. They upgraded.
Yeah.
And then you just downgrade the center of trade to level 2, and then move the center of trade elsewhere. Just hopping.
I think
get 10%
Mutapa
less
is looking
cost.
good here.
Yes. Very nice color. I like that nation.
Okay, Rum would be up next.
The
Strongest
death
nation in the
of
game
Yemen.
still, I think. In terms of overall strength, I think it's still considered the strongest nation, right?
Yeah.
He's part of the Move Timurids East gang. Other than that, he doesn't do much in any other direction, right? Like, he hasn't expanded here at all. He didn't expand here.
I think that it's more like that he doesn't need to expand because
he
he's
definitely
already
doesn't. I'm
over
just saying
government
he's not.
capacity, and he still has so much stuff to do. Like if you check the buildings, Ethiopia still can be deaf to 10 in lots of places. So
Yeah, there's stuff left to do for him. And also, I mean, what do you need to scale even more at this point if you're already the strongest nation in the world?
he can just do dump wars at the moment.
Yep. Okay, I think Jerusalem would be up next.
Or should we go to Pope first?
The Pope is dead.
No, not yet.
Well, definitely Jerusalem is further west, so let's stick with that rule.
Show inflation.
Do you want to talk about that war? Just keep in mind, he already went bankrupt. Like, an infantry costs 20 ducats. And 0.5 per month. There's a good reason to just go bankrupt again. Just to try to get rid of the inflation.
Doesn't inflation go up when bankrupt?
Nope.
Or when going bankrupt?
25% reduction. It goes down to 70.
You can just bankrupt off of one loan. You don't have to take them all.
You can't chain bankruptcy like that. What you do is like you take max loans, build buildings, and then you instantly go bankrupt. Because you can't declare bankruptcy while bankrupt.
Oh.
I tried, trust me. I was at 8-year inflation at one point. I wanted to do like 3 bankruptcies in a row and get rid of my inflation. But nope, I couldn't do it. So yeah, what to talk about him?
Jerusalem
There
is
was
a nice meme, I think, but it doesn't seem that strong in terms of actual game mechanics. He can fight
problem
all
is,
the
like,
time.
if you remove
lost
the
his ally.
100% inflation, if you just set it to 0, suddenly he's making money. And his army quality is not bad. He has theocracy, he's a crusader state, he has...
I mean, but getting that to
10%
0
more.
takes him 20 years worth of bankruptcy time.
No, it's not... it's multiplicative, not additive. It's 25% from the value you have.
Oh, right. Okay.
So, like, the higher you go, the more worthwhile is it. But he
Okay,
just...
yeah, that makes sense.
He should just go bankrupt and go down to 75 and then pay off the rest of the inflation. Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know.
Does he have truces with Switzerland?
I think they agreed on something.
Yeah. I don't think that Jerusalem is allied to Spain. I
Oh.
don't think that Switzerland, Bavaria, and France want to fight Spain.
But maybe Spain wants to fight them.
Of course. Like, that's always a possibility. I don't know what Elisha wants to do with his nation. Like, he was really sad in the native channel that he's suddenly upper fifth because he couldn't ally each other anymore. Oh well.
Okay, I think we're gonna go over to Switzerland, right?
Yeah, the winner.
So, as we have pointed already out, there was a huge war from Switzerland,
And from what he told me,
Bavaria.
he started building buildings now.
Yeah. Did he go bankrupt? No, he didn't.
He was in a bankruptcy after the war.
But he didn't build stuff.
I think
For
he
the
did bankruptcy build. He didn't have, he really didn't have much. And now he has stuff. So I'd expect him
Okay.
to have gone bankrupt to be at this point.
That makes sense. So, like, what happened here is Switzerland, Bavaria was fighting against Jerusalem and Paper State, if you remember correctly.
Yeah.
The Italians lost. Pope is dead. Switzerland is the winner. Got stuff in Italy. Bavaria is currently finally getting any land, which is decent. So, yeah.
No, that's
He still
basically
has-
history. And I think
he still has
Switzerland
no
is now
manpower.
finally beginning to unleash his potential with actually having the buildings. Because before the
Yeah.
war, he didn't really have manpower buildings or force limit buildings, so he was very held back by that.
Why is he theocracy? No, like, was he theocracy? No. It's okay. It's good that he went theocracy, but I'm just surprised that he is theocracy and has 8 reforms already. That
Well,
confusing for me. Oh well, because he starts as a republic. Doesn't matter. He is a theocracy.
okay, let's look at his ally in France.
The snake.
Yeah, the snake. It looks so ugly. At least the
But
color is gone. But I
impressively
believe
enough, he
he's
looks
getting the
like a
color
snake,
back.
but he never broke snaking rules doing this.
Nope, he never broke him.
Yeah, I mean, he's looking good too. I see.
He has a loan.
Yeah, 1 loan. That's not that big.
And he still has
Good
all those
income.
cores, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Lots of stuff to build up there. He has his calls on all over France.
Oh.
He is basically fully built up at that point.
Yeah, I mean, he should be upgrading forts, I think, but I guess he started already with this.
Yeah. Also, like, he is.
Other than that,
He
it's not
wants.
much left
Oh,
for him
that's a
to
nice
actually build.
ruler. Nothing to say, but like fully built up and strong.
Let's hop over to GB.
The former ally of France, then France died, and now
Hello, oh,
Question mark?
France ally.
why are all your troops in London? I see that.
I mean, he, like, a few years before the session ended, he was in Finland, and he's still committed to Scandinavia, so...
You can talk about what happened there.
Yeah,
Because
but I
of
think I will do that
Asia?
when I'm actually in Sweden.
Yeah, but then we should go first to Sweden, then to Great Britain.
I think
Because
we
it
can
makes more sense to
mention-
talk about the
I think
war
we can
first.
mention GB's role in the war while being on Sweden. We'll just do a recap on the entire war then, basically.
He still needs to dev Ireland to get the building slots, otherwise fully built.
He's currently fighting the Pope.
Yeah, like he
He's-
talked about...
Why is he fighting the Pope?
He wants land from the Pope. I can't quite recall what he actually wants, but he talked about doing this a lot.
He has it occupied. He has a couple provinces
Oh,
in
I
North
think
Africa.
he has Sardinia, so
No, he already got Sardinia before, but he's
yeah,
currently
maybe he's
occupying
trying to expand here, right?
Greece.
Maybe he'll take Venice.
He could be taking Venice. He could be taking like southern, like Naples or something, or Greece.
does.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
It's a waste of resources because as soon as the war starts, you can't defend that land.
Yeah, that's stretching very thin.
yeah, but I mean, if it's a fun thing to do too, like, if you don't have anything better to do, why not?
Jump to Westphalia.
Yeah, let's look at Westphalia. He's surprisingly strong,
Yes, he's fully built up. He has great ideas,
and his dev is just insane for the land he has. Like, you wouldn't expect this nation to be at 1,300 development.
he has at least 30 def everywhere. But the stuff he just conquered.
Yeah, it's very, very built up. Yeah, I mean, he's also swimming in money. If Prussia's at war, he's getting 100 ducats from here, usually.
Did he take Amsterdam in a war from Great Britain? Last
Yes,
season?
that was part of the peace deal in the big Prussia-Sweden war that we're going to get into.
That's why it's only at 20 def. Oh, yeah.
And a mission for more manpower recovery speed.
Yeah, but it's a standard mission.
Yeah, sure, but he has it ready to pop if he goes into another war. I mean, at least
Something-
his golden era is over since 1 year. I guess that can make people happy.
Also, here is an absurd high force limit for his size. 380.
Yeah, like Westphalia is insanely strong. Like the game shows it as being, or Skanderbeg shows it as being stronger than Prussia. Actually, I wouldn't quite trust that, but still, it's very, very strong.
He is the better economy. Like standalone economy.
Yeah, but
Prussia
Prussia
is-
has this.
Reliant on Lübeck, and if Lübeck doesn't have any money, then Prussia has an issue.
Yeah, that's true. Speaking of Lübeck, let's hop over there. Well, it seems like he does have money,
Oh my god.
and he's now subbing Prussia even more money, and Russia actually. I mean, he got
Yeah, he has a
this
bit
land
with
from Russia.
Russia.
I think that's part of the deal.
It's so depressing. Like you see his income with trade income with 350, and then I remember Portugal with 980 ducats trade income. 3 times roughly.
Yeah,
weeks.
we're talking about doing something about trade nations in different ways, so maybe that's going to change for future sessions or future games.
You can like nothing changes for Portugal in further changes because like he still funnels trade of Asia into Sevilla, which
Yeah, of
as
course.
Lübeck you can't do.
Yeah, the thing is, we need to find a way where these nations aren't entirely safe if they're doing this.
I mean, they are not that having a safe.
Yeah, but due to player diplo, they usually are.
Okay.
Either
As
way,
said-
I think like Lübeck is just drowning in money. There's not much more to talk about here.
I should send my ships to Lübeck again.
Let's check what Bavaria is doing.
Oh yeah,
He's conquering Papal State. He's also part of that war. I think he's the weakest link in the Switzerland-France alliance bloc.
by far. Like he is still missing workshops. He's missing manufacturers. He is missing soldiers' households. He is missing a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he could use any money that's coming his way. Also, his economy isn't really existence.
Also, here's in comparison with Switzerland, France, Westphalia, Prussia, and Lübeck, or even Great Britain, he has very low average def. He's average like slightly above 20, and all the other nations are like pushing to 30. So
He actually did build a mountain fort in Steiermark now. Like last time, he only had one in Unterkärnten in the woods. Now he's finally protecting the mountains he has.
also you don't need double forts in Etschtal and Welschtirol.
There's nothing wrong with that.
And it's basically
forts,
triple
more fun.
forts with Intal.
Intal isn't his fort.
Yeah, but it's his ally, and I don't see that changing anytime. I mean, Welsh Tyrol. I think it's fine to have all these forts.
I played Osfer recently in multiplayer, and I just built a fort on every single mountain in the Alps.
You monster.
Okay.
I didn't get attacked from that side, so it's kind of useless.
Should we go over to Prussia and start talking about the big war?
Yeah. Like Bavaria, get buildings.
Yeah, build buildings.
Ask for money.
Ask your friends what to do. I think they should know.
Prussia's overextended. Oh no.
Yeah, I wonder how that happened. I could just appreciate the corpse of Courland up here. 51 death Özil will be remembered.
I mean, just attack him
51
and
Nice.
release him again.
Just attack him. Yeah, that's something to say. Okay, so
Can
basically,
you even release Courland?
yeah, you could. He still has scores, and he will have them until
No, okay.
16.
Can you though? Isn't his primary culture Prussian?
Yeah.
You need a Prussian province to release him. I mean, Kurland's primary culture would be Prussian.
That's true.
Can he release? Let me check if he can release Coolants.
I mean, but he could just take the province and give it back to Kurland.
Nope. Coolant is not releasable. As Prussia. Coolant is dead.
I mean, you could just have someone form it again.
Isn't Riga Prussian culture?
Riga is Prussian, but
No,
it
It
was
is.
not like
Oh, it's
Kurland.
not a Kurland culture.
Nope.
Okay, so either way, looking at Prussia, I mean, he's still just your regular old Prussia, but with insane metrics surrounding him.
What's his
He
army?
lost all of
quality?
his army. You can
Yeah.
talk about what happened. The
Yeah,
war.
let's go into what happened. So Prussia attacked me last session and won the war.
You as Sweden.
Yeah, I'm Sweden, and I was fighting Prussia together with Ruthenia at that time, and Switzerland enforced peace to help us. And we were winning the war with like 80% war score, or 90 at some points. And then the Italians attacked Switzerland, and he had to protect himself, rushed over, and like Ruthenia and I myself couldn't just defeat Prussia in a single battle without Switzerland. So we went from 80% war score, where I immediately started step heading, down to, well, losing entirely. Ruthenia white pieced out after it was clear that Switzerland wasn't coming back. And then I just surrendered when Prussia reached something in Finland, because I was like, yeah, that's not stoppable on my own. And then this happened again this session. He attacked again. This time the situation was different. I didn't really have any of my old friends left. Switzerland started the session off in a war against Jerusalem. Ruthenia had abandoned me for Russia at the time. So I looked for new allies. I got Britain on my side. So plan was maybe we can hold Prussia with our two nations in Finland, which worked out okay-ish, I'd say. Like, we had multiple battles in Viborg where he tried to burn our manpower. We beat him back. Then we did some bad engagements because GB struggled a bit with managing his troops, so we didn't get everything in, but we did hold him again in Trusterland, so it was kind of fine. Yeah, but then things started to go south. Like, I had another ally on my hand that wanted to enforce peace. That was Iroquois from over in America. And I told, I asked Prussia and Westphalia if we could make a deal where if Iroquois doesn't join, Westphalia wouldn't join, because I felt like if I called in, like if I let Iroquois enforce peace, I would just be facing Westphalia, which isn't really comparable to Iroquois. So I was like, could we just make it a way that I'm just facing Prussia? And they agreed to that, so I was like, okay, so now we just need to focus on beating Prussia. And we still hold him in Trusterland, and then we think we lost a few battles maybe. I think we got pushed back to Ruthenia, we pushed them back, and then Russia attacked together with Persia and wanted to conquer land from Prussia inside Lithuania. So basically Prussia's army was trapped here, but due to the nice fort mechanics this game has, we were unable to actually kill him. So he had sieged down Trusterland, and his retreat provinces were just all around this province basically when we beat him there. And we were never able to actually reach his stack to stack wipe him. So we just tried to siege Trusterland, but then he attacked us again and beat us back. And Persia and Russia were on other places dying against Westphalia. So we ended up fighting like 8 battles against the Prussians in this region and lost most of them. Actually, we won, but it didn't matter because he just retreated to the next province and came back as soon as he had morale. And at some point he deleted his stack on Trusterland as it was clear that we were winning there. Yeah, so that didn't really help us as much. I think we lost probably more manpower than he did in this whole thing because of how stupidly we played it. And then war in Russia happened. We had now Westphalia was in both wars, so we had new enemies, and the decision was that GB would be pushing into Westphalia together with subs from with condos from Iroquois, while we thought that they were busy in Russia and Persia. But as it turns out, they were not busy in Russia and Persia because they kind of just outdid them in every single battle. So I ended up helping on this front, and I think we won maybe a few engagements. But the problem is we had in Russia and Persia is that movement times in these provinces combined with Prussian quality means if you get your stacks caught, you're basically done for if you don't know what to do. And they got all their stacks caught around Moscow. So we kept losing battle after battle. because they caught reinforcements. We weren't able to reinforce. They killed the reinforcements and then came in into full morale. So basically, Russia and Persia were utterly defeated over here. Yeah, and then GP got very unlucky with some fort bugs around here. He couldn't retreat out again for some reason, and then lost I think 200k or something in this battle. He lost another few stacks to stack wipes up here. And at that point, it was basically obvious that we were going to lose, because Prussia and Russia were out after being in the war for what do I know, 2 years, and we were now facing Westphalia and Prussia, while we still didn't have the full help of the ally that we agreed to have if Westphalia would be joining, because now he couldn't enforce because of our 5-year rule. So we had basically twice the amount of enemies, and GP's half army was stack wiped. He didn't build it up again in time, so we basically just got pushed back and back, and as soon as the last fort up here fell, I think that was Lapland or something, I decided to uncon, because there was nothing left to do. And Prussia took, I think it was Kolding and everything from Courland, and they gave Westphalia a few provinces over here. So that's the whole story.
So is Prussia going to come back next week to do the same thing?
I feel like he will, yeah.
Why don't you just let Iroquois snake you between Finland and Sweden? Just make yourself an island?
I think that's, first of all, it's cheesy. And second of all, if there's no chance of actually me beating him, I might as well leave the game. So I'll just keep trying to fight him, look if anyone else is interested in helping now, and see what happens. I hope that Russia may be able to build up his nation a bit. The problem we are having is that Russia and GP are less experienced in multiplayer warfare. Especially GP is a bit of a problem, because he's actually good as single player, so he built up a good nation, and Skanderbeg reflects that, but he doesn't have much experience in player wars, especially not in this region. So what ends up happening is he has decent troops, and a decent amount of them, but he doesn't know how to get them into the battle properly, so he doesn't pull his full weight when it comes to warfare. And I think it's the same for Russia in many regards. His troops aren't great, and then additionally, he doesn't really know how to move them in a way that doesn't get them caught and lose separate battles. It's a bit hard with the region we're in to stop Prussia, so we need help from the guys that know what they're doing maybe in this region to see.
Why don't you get Ramen again? He was big on enforcing peace earlier, right?
Yeah, but now he's telling everyone that he would never enforce peace in Europe. So, I talked to lots of people trying to figure out ways to beat this. We also had the idea of attacking Lübeck. That's Prussia's money source. But turns out he's part of the empire. Prussia is the emperor. So we were literally unable to attack Lübeck because of game mechanics. And we had miscommunication with Maya, who maybe would have done it, but ended up not happening because of that. So we were unable to touch Prussia's money at all. But we were losing our own income to people like Lübeck. That was this was just a nail on the coffin. This attack from Persia and Russia, with how bad it was coordinated with us, is I think what really sank the ship. We were able to hold Prussia in Finland, but we weren't able to hold Prussia and Westphalia.
Without attacking the money source.
I don't not even with attacking the money source. There was no way of attacking Prussia and Westphalia. And actually something to look at with this war too is, people asked me if I needed money, and I was just I can't spend it on anything. And it's partly because if you look at Prussia, he has I think it's 14 or something merc companies he can recruit. And in Sweden, I have just 7. And most of them were very small. So what am I going to spend my money on here? I hired all the merc companies that I could get in the war.
You
and
don't
I didn't even tap into the minus with the
yet.
subs I was getting from GP.
You don't even have 60 stacks yet. You're so low left, you don't even get max mercs. That's an issue.
Yeah, so, well, that's a bit of a problem.
You got the Swedish military reforms a while ago, I assume, right?
I think I do.
Yes, 5% morale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, my troops are pretty good, actually. I stack up against Prussia decently enough. I mean, it's still a Prussia to fight, but it could be worse.
Prussia has no AP anymore. He lost all of the AP in that war.
Yeah, I mean, I never had any AP to begin with, but...
And you are,
I mean, my problem is I'm just way smaller. That's 750, and what does Prussia have again?
1,500, I think.
1,500.
Yeah, he has 1500 and he's Prussia in terms of manpower generation, right? So, and also
You
I'm not
might
as
want
built up as he
to-
is. So like it's very hard for me to overcome this.
What you want to do is like remove the primacy of the nobility from the nobles, and then grant it them back. Remove and give it to him, because you want to have more share for the nobles, which means more manpower, which means more manpower recovery. Your manpower is a fourth of what Prussia has, and most of that stems from the fact that you're missing buildings. You're missing so many buildings.
Yeah, but what to build them with, right?
What is built in place of your buildings, like your manpower ones? Like what's in
As
Norway?
an example, I clicked on a random province. Alcasus,
Oh,
16 death,
Oh, that's the church. Yeah.
or like a trade depot. Why do you have a trade depot?
Just in my defense, I didn't build the buildings in Norway. That was Norwegian AI. I didn't
Yeah, then
delete them.
just
You can
delete
blame
them.
that on me, but I didn't build them.
I see 2 marketplaces, 3 marketplaces.
Yeah, Norway.
Yeah, and one is your Elfsborg, which is in Sweden at game start.
I mean, at the beginning of the game, it did make sense, but now I very much get to
Like how much money are you getting in trade in Lübeck?
Not anything anymore, but I used to be making.
42 ducats.
Oh, actually, it is money again. Yeah. But I'm slowly
You
losing
want
my
to
control
collect
over
in,
Lübeck.
collecting Baltic Seas, for crying out loud.
Oh, wow, that's... Yeah, I should be doing that. I mean, I feel a bit scammed, though, because I did give the Lübeck player Gotland with the promise of getting it back. And now it turns out he's Prussia's new best friend, and I'm not getting it back. And also Kurland gave him Leafland, and now
A deal breaker.
Yeah, more deal breakers. Like Prussia broke the
You
deal
have
with
to
not
publicly
calling
shame him.
Uruguay, and Lübeck's breaking the deal of giving me back Gotland. It's a combination of being rude and being stronger than me. It's very mean. Okay, I think we can go over to the next nation. I ranted enough about the war.
Yeah.
I give you a few tips. Do that with the nobles, with removing the promise of the nobility, and then grant them again to give them a share. Check your buildings. Delete the buildings you don't need, like churches, marketplaces, whatever. Build the social households. Like you have lots of provinces which don't have manufacturers yet. So check which one are the food provinces, and either dev them to 20 or just kill a building and build a social household. A 334 dev province, remove the workshop. It's like 0.8 ducats. Instant build social households. Ask Great Britain for money. He's your sugar daddy now, money wise.
Yeah, sounds like something I can do.
Tech, GPR, how much money does he have? Just ask him for like 10k, or ask Vermont for 10k or 5k. And just build all of
Darth,
those
you want to give me 10k next session?
Them provinces.
Depends on what you change with the rule.
Oh, damn.
I'm just letting
Bribery.
Seillem change the rule, and I'm taking the money anyways. That sounds good. Okay.
So yes, like please go through every single province if you have to, and check where do you have food provinces and where do you have social households and not social households. Build
Actually,
them.
one question: does naval supplies count as
No.
food?
They don't.
No, it's not food.
But why does it?
Food
tell me,
is fish, wine, grain, and cows.
but why does it tell me it's possible to build?
You don't have any manufacturing.
It's always possible because you don't have a
Oh,
manufacturer
yeah,
there.
it's true. It just isn't effective. That's something.
I mean, if you have a ton of money and no manpower, you can consider
that's
it.
not something.
But I don't think
Okay,
that's the
let's
situation.
go over to Russia. Let's start
Even
shaming
more
my nation.
depressing state from last.
Has he devved his steps yet?
Nope. But he devved some parts at least with universities. No universities. But
Hasn't finished his defensive ideas.
at least he built the high value workshops.
Can you look at his Cossack privileges a second?
He has them.
He has them. Okay.
He still has like 6.5k socialist households to build.
Hey, but could we just appreciate one good thing about my Sweden is that I actually did the absolutism thing?
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's nice.
Let's go back to Russia.
He has a high force limit, but he doesn't have the money to support it. He did the correct thing and make a trade deal with Lübeck because he didn't pick trade areas for whatever reason. But now he's like shackled to Lübeck. So if Prussia,
Yeah, it also puts him in a bit of a weird spot because Prussia and Russia are fighting. And
Yeah.
like, I can tell you what happened with my deal with Lübeck as soon as I started fighting Prussia.
like your deal will cancel, and then Prussia is like, "Oops, I don't get any money. Help!"
So Great Britain took trade ideas. Russia could potentially give his trade to Great Britain through the North Sea.
He could, like White Sea into North Sea into English Channel.
I think he's still collecting Kazan, right? No, he's just transferring.
I mean, at this point, he has such low control of Novgorod that he
Yes.
can't do anything about his own trade.
Lübeck has
Can't
66% share in
Wait, where is he even collecting?
I don't think
Baltic
he
Sea.
is, really.
Is Baltic Sea? It's just a passive.
Oh,
Okay.
This is pretty little over there.
I mean,
Wait, we
yeah,
allowed to do that?
his economy is still not looking great considering he's getting subs now.
Half his income is subs. Nice.
Yeah, but it's depressing to look at Russia. I'm sorry.
Income.
But that-
Also, don't pay for your troops while at peace. Don't pay for your forts, but the
Can you
border
look at his
forts-
gold mine a second?
Oh, 2 death, I think. 8 death. Why does he?
I think it's not prosperous as well.
Edict of Absolutism.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I guess if he has a lot of devastation, it can be worth it. Just once the devastation is down, yeah. Don't forget to remove it as well.
Yeah, there's no devastation here, really.
That's strange. Why does he only make 3 ducats
In what?
from the gold mine?
Because it's not prosperous.
Yeah, but it's adapted to 10, and it makes still
And it's
only 3
8.
ducats. It's 8 with prosperous and 6 without.
Oh yeah, it should be more. Look at his goods produced a second block. Can you hover over it? No, it's too low.
He is minus
Down
50%.
at the very bottom. The very bottom.
He is minus 50%.
Bottom left.
Ah, yeah. There.
Severe famine. It will go away soon. Okay.
That explains why he makes no money
Yeah.
for 6 more years. Whew.
Sad.
Agony.
Also, what are these forts? Why are you protecting free development Siberian land with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 forts?
Because of
he-
Manchu.
yeah, he's afraid of Manchu.
Yeah, but like, it doesn't matter if Manchu sieges this down.
He
It's
needs
just
forts
free
in-
war score for Manchu. Manchu takes this fort, and then all of these are free.
He needs forts in West and Eastern Europe and not in Siberia.
And also, why
Yeah,
is
that's true.
this fort in the mountain next to your gold mine and not in your gold mine? There are a lot of questions here.
Because
I
it's,
think-
like that fort is not a bad idea because it cuts off the Siberia entrance because above is wastelands, so you can
guess
only
it
go into that
does.
fort.
Yeah, okay.
But it's whatever. Also, it protects the gold mine.
I mean, technically, this also cuts off the Siberia entrance if you have the fort in Ob,
No, it doesn't,
but the fort in Ob
because you
does.
can walk via Serov. Like if the Ob fort falls,
Oh yeah, if it falls, that's true.
yeah.
But
And-
my idea was it not falling.
And like the fort also protects the gold mine, not directly, but
Yeah, I
indirectly,
mean,
because
I
there's
guess
no
it
way
does.
to walk towards the to the gold mine, because if you come from the east,
Yeah, it's
you
true.
block with
You
the
have-
Ural
with this
fort,
fort,
and then
it works.
south from the Nogai fort.
Yeah, with this fort it works. Okay, so
yeah.
what's our advice for Russia? Stop being poor, build buildings.
Stop being poor.
Get good.
Yeah, stop being poor. That's the only thing I can say.
Okay.
Build
Let's
buildings.
go over to
You
Persia.
don't have any universities, I think.
You should go to Ruthenia.
We should
So,
go to Ruthenia. That's
I give one moment. I would give you that advice.
okay.
Get money
Take
low.
the money icon, the construction cost and development cost. Then choose an estate, which is steps and prosperity ideally. Okay, you don't have any prosperity. Oof. Check a state which has very close to prosperity and is good devable, and then just wait till prosperity hits and then def it to 10 to 20, and then as first build the universities, of course, and then do it state by state by state instead of trying to spread out the development. Just concentrate it in one place on time.
One thing that
Save
Russia has
more
nice.
mana.
Sorry.
Hmm?
His advisors.
Yeah. 444. They're good.
All 50%
Remove
off.
the mill policies while not at war. You're losing 2 mil. Yeah.
Okay, Persia.
Another tip: at this point in the game, there are a couple of people with really good incomes. Beg them for money.
He already did it last session.
Okay.
Do it
Ruthenia
again.
first.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Ruthenia.
unironically, if you do it enough,
Stop
Yeah.
talking
People will
about
give
Russia.
you
We're
money.
going to Ruthenia.
Ruthenia
works.
is nearly done with his
Alone,
ideas.
surprisingly. Why? He didn't fight anyone, did he?
Bad events, maybe. Stop paying for your forts, which are not bothering your enemies. So like
Also,
that Zeta and
Maybe move your
the
capital.
because you formed Ruthenia.
Yeah, but
It
move it
automatically
away.
moves.
Like he formed it 2 sessions ago.
The way to move it.
Also, you need a fort to close the gap in your fort line against Persia, and you kind of want the fort in bordering Bavaria, but it isn't that important.
I mean, if I were him, I would be moving my capital to like inside the Balkans or something. Like could be a good capital.
No, it wouldn't be a good capital.
I mean, but what is a good capital for him? Kiev isn't. That's pretty shit.
Zeta would be an idea because it's a level mountain fort.
I mean, Ham could also be a mountain fort. My idea was that you build the fort where you move for capital.
It's 8 def.
I think there's less danger coming from the Bavaria side of things. So my idea was making it here. But actually, yeah, Zeta could also work. Definitely move it somewhere with defendable terrain. Like anywhere inside the Balkans really is fine.
You need you have several provinces which are just at 9 def or like 19 breakpoints. Def it up to get an additional building. Then you can build like more workshops, more manufacturers, whatever you need. You have rather high inflation. Might want to buy it down because the next
Is it does he have admin tech already?
No.
20 and... Oh yeah, he's up to date.
Yeah, it's up to date.
Yeah, I can pay down then.
Yeah, just pay it down.
Pay down.
Again, if you're at why do you have the military? Why do you have the economic policies on when you don't make any trade money?
I mean, he makes a bit of.
Instead of steering from Kiev, steer from Constantinople. To
I don't think that really does
Prussia and
anything.
Oh, steering from Constantinople
Yes.
doesn't help him at all.
Hmm?
Steering from Constantinople doesn't help at all.
Oh yeah,
It
because
won't increase the value.
yeah.
You should
Don't
probably collect in the other node. What's it
collect in
called?
Krakow.
Collect in Krakow. No,
If you
maybe
start-
not.
No, it's
Maybe
free
not.
jackets. Like
Okay,
if you
straight up is
yeah, if
I
you
agree
want to
anyway.
if you want to start collecting everywhere, do it. where like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where's the 6th merchant? Oh, Constantinople. I think it's better to know Astrakhan.
Play around with trade.
Play around with
Pick up
trade,
on your
yeah.
own time. Yes.
And maybe get the land back from Persia.
He's
When you
integrating
had
it
it.
now. I don't think that's happening. Okay, speaking of Persia, what is he doing? He was part of the war in the north, and I think he got more land from Timurids.
Does he have a lot of buildings already? I didn't see anything last session.
Yes, he has more buildings now.
He has a good amount of.
Now he has to def to get
Yeah.
more.
What's his dev Mahmoud looking like?
These.
Okay-ish.
You can tell the borders between Rome and Persia.
Yeah.
Same as Vermont and rest of South America.
And the
One
borders
thing I'd recommend that you can do, yes, the Persian government, right?
Feudal theocracy.
Every time before you devastate, move your capital there and use the admin thing for minus 20% dev cost. Oh no,
Yeah,
that's a different.
You have already Tech 21, so it's like moving a capital cost like 200 and then 50 for the invite score.
Yeah, like for 20% dev cost in an entire state.
Yeah.
Need to think of that. It's probably worth it though, especially because moving capital only uses admin.
I guess like the Kurdistan state.
I mean, his current
It's-
capital isn't even that developed if you want to.
Okay,
5 provinces with
First of all, dev that
centers of
state, I
trade.
guess.
Also, like hop with your centers of trade. Dev center of trade, like the Armenia state as an example. Yes, it's all small. Everything is mountain, but just as an example.
It's
Move
fine.
your capital there, then invite scholars. You have to level 3 center of trade there. Dev it to 10 or 20, and then move your capital to the next 5 province state which you want to dev. Upgrade the center of trade there ideally. And if you need to downgrade something elsewhere, and then just dev it 10 to 20 and just rinse and repeat till you have everything to 20.
By the way, the math it definitely is worth it because 20% dev cost is 10 per click, right? Let's say there are 4 provinces in the states, you're deving each one 10 times. So that's like 400 mana, and that's mostly mill while you're spending admin to move.
Also,
It's also minus 50 on your actual capital.
yeah, that's also one thing.
Yeah, that's true. So the actual province gets even more than the 20.
That allows you to dev like deserts.
Let's go over to
Also, having a lower dev floor, like if you're like above 90% development cost reduction, it's still very valuable because when you start to dev at 10 dev, like the cost increases 20 again. So you stay longer in the lower bracket. Like the dev is way cheaper. So just do it if you.
This is the Timurid that's supposed to form the Khan, right?
It's belly.
Oh, it doesn't have the right culture yet.
Nope. He has the culture grip. And he has
has he been culture converting?
He forgot that he has to change the culture. He thought he was
Wait. Where's Belly? I have to read him. Belly. Okay, I'll read at him. So. Flip culture, please. Otherwise, culture convert. And check out in single player which culture group is the best for you. I think
probably Canada. Oh wait, he's not allowed to do that, is he? He's not allowed to flip to Canada, is he?
Didn't we get rid of that rule?
I'm not sure. Did we get rid of it?
No.
He can flip point anymore.
He can flip in Marathi, but he can't flip in Canada. Like he can't flip in the Iranian culture.
Wait,
group.
isn't he an empire?
Yes.
He is, but
he can't switch at all.
It can't switch in his culture group. And he is in the Altic culture group. Yeah, he's in the Altic culture group. Altic. So Uzbek, Mongol stuff. And if it just devs something outside of the culture group to above 50, he can still flip.
Oh, I thought if you're an empire, you can't switch at all.
You can't switch in your group.
Okay, good to know.
That's why, as Austria, if you want to form Switzerland, you have to lose the empireship. Or you have to flip twice.
So Belly's plan is just lose all of Persia and then he doesn't have to culture flip, right?
Yeah.
Easy clap.
Easy.
Great plan.
Also, fix a trade setup again.
Well, what's better? I don't really.
Collecting 4 ducats Normus is probably not worth it. You can get more out of Astrakhan? Out of Basra? Or Slahur?
He just owns bits of everything. It's
Yeah.
just not good.
He's collecting everywhere.
Actually, Mutapa is conquering more of southern India.
Yeah.
Are we going to see a war Mutapa against Timurids? at some point?
Mutapa already did fight him. He took stuff from Gujarat.
Yeah,
Like if
they
you look at
already
Gujarat.
fought.
That's interesting.
Well, they didn't really fight. Belly and
Actually,
Bengal
could
could
Mutapa
fight.
form something Indian? If it takes a
Mutapa
lot.
forming the Khan and kicking out Timurids.
Oh, that would be
Would be
so
fun.
funny.
Would be very fun. Okay, let's go over to Bengal, I think.
Oh god! Don't look
What?
at the diplomatic map mode from Bengal.
Is he unstating to form Nepal?
Yes.
What is this? Why did they not culture convert stuff? Oh, but he already did everything.
Yeah.
Wednesday. Okay.
But
He
it's like
already has
3k admin.
Oh, what is? Okay, let's hope nobody sees this and decides to enter.
I mean,
Oh,
people around
This
him
is
are
gonna be a pain for me later.
I mean, you can just like if you finish with Khmer and get the border with Bengal, just in Bengal, because he can't fight at the moment. He lost 50% of his manpower. By the way, he was at 800k, and now he's at 470 because he had it to unstate.
Huh.
Also, okay.
Wait, did he go economic first? Idea group.
apparently. It is.
Yes, apparently.
Bengal did it?
Yeah.
Huh.
Also went trade instead of a third military group. So
Aserton is freaky.
what to say as about Bengal? You don't have buildings, we know that. You don't have def, we know that. You don't have manufacturers, we know that. Yeah, rip. Tibet.
Speaking of RIP,
Tibet
Well,
fighting.
I'll survive this. I'll survive this.
I mean, you are 600%, so it's probably like 3 wars.
in fairness to Tibet, it's probably not entirely fair that the deft up Vermont is showing up in
Yeah,
Asia and just kicking
look
ass.
at the war screen and see how many more troops they have to us. Like, it's ridiculous.
Keep in mind, like at this point in time,
Yeah, if you look at Khmer's armies, they're way out of manpower. He's consolidating
Yeah.
everything into his cannon stacks.
he has no. If you look, if you take it like a say,
But it is
Screenshot
kind
at
of
the start of the
unfair
game.
for Vermont, but not as much as it
Yeah.
is now.
if you would have made a screenshot in the start of the war, it would have been quite even, especially since Vermont has like only a quarter of his troops there. It's
Yeah,
like
that's
100k. So keep that in mind.
Yeah, but Danny and I already had a look-see. I can probably hold him for quite a while in my mountains.
Of course, but like
Well, I'm gonna make him pay.
Khmer will lose land.
They can't take so much from Khmer. Like,
Yeah,
they don't
because
have-
it's not a coalition and you attacked.
Yeah.
But he still has cores. Like, I have to.
Yeah,
take
well,
it.
they haven't sieged down anything from Khmer yet, so they would have to do that first.
But first, Tibet.
I haven't sieged down anything from Khmer. Look at the south.
Darth, we need to do a quick trade setup. I can push another 22 ducats towards Sevilla. So it's like with the 22 ducats already Could I get like 60 ducats out of it? Because I'm collecting currently 50 ducats there.
Wouldn't that be considered a trade deal if you did that?
I asked the mods. It was okay. I asked
Ask
the mods.
me.
Yeah, but
He
you're not the
asked the
GM.
GM, so that's
I asked Banana and I asked Seillem.
yeah.
Because I wasn't sure if it's
he
considered
did
a
he did ask. He did ask.
Asking all the wrong people. Okay.
Yeah, because you were dying in Europe and didn't ask me for help.
Let's not get into this argument again.
Okay, so Tibet. Tibet has buildings.
He's fully built up to what Tibet can be.
No, you
No,
don't
not
have any.
fully, but he's a Tibet.
Like I can only build up after a war, or if Khmer has too much money and gives.
Can
me some.
I
do not
give
have any
you
income.
a tip, Seillem? You have
Always.
lots of workshops in free dev provinces. That's not a smart plan. Just delete those workshops and instant build manufacturers.
Wait, give me a second. Danny, why do you have 2K sitting on that fall? I only noticed now.
He's devastating.
Oh yeah. Guerrilla warfare.
Okay.
Oh no, I occupied the provinces so Iroquois they could hire merc stacks up there. You see, one is to Maya, one is to Iroquois,
Oh yeah.
and like I just put the 2K on the fort so it wouldn't go away.
Seillem, like seriously, you have workshops on 3 and 4 dev provinces. Just kill them, instant build just manufacturers.
Yeah, but that I would need money for that. So
Yeah, you will lose the war. You will go bankrupt. You can just do a bankruptcy build instead.
Since I will not be unconning, I'll probably fight till I'm bankrupt. And
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that Bengal and Khmer can keep me in the war for quite a while once Khmer is also peaced out.
How much is your loan size?
Nah.
46, you have 8.
Like at this point, I did the opposite of in the last war. Like
Yeah,
I haven't taken
It's
max
like
loans yet.
taking max loans only makes sense if you get pushed. Like when you
Well,
start to lose the
They
money,
have
Well,
my Chinese land
He is
already.
getting pushed though.
Yeah.
like,
That
now
is my
you
good
want,
left land probably.
now you can consider like taking max loans.
Guys, I think this is enough Tibet. Let's go over to Manchu.
Yeah.
But consider removing
You never have enough Tibet.
the free dev workshops and build manufacturers.
As usual, I got pushed back almost into Beijing.
Okay.
Yes.
I was thinking we were talking about Khmer. Sorry.
Well, we can look at Khmer afterwards.
Did you dev the steps? I love you. Who dev the steps?
Yeah, I did.
At least a few of them.
Yeah, the provinces Bluark.
Yeah, there are too many provinces. I know. You,
You
should
should
get
planning
some-
on deving them more after this war.
yeah, you should get some universities. Like just
Mhm.
get a state, build the universities there, and dev that state, and then hop from state to state, and then put on the manpower edict that you already have. Nice, smart.
How much
Sure.
ticking war score is still available?
It's full.
Yeah, it's full.
Also, Seillem, something I didn't understand. The war goal. What is that war goal?
Yeah, you never took it.
I wanted her to have a reconquest, and sadly, Shun only had a war course up there. But it's always easiest to invade Manchu from down there.
That's why. The thing is, you can't defend that war goal. If you have
the plan wasn't to defend the war goal. The plan was to steamroll Manchu and have fun.
Good plan.
Yeah.
you don't
plan.
steamroll, like even if
We have done
Vermont is not helping at all. Just assume Vermont is out of the war and never
Look,
happen.
in every
Like,
war they have
You can't
steamrolled.
defend that war goal at all because it's in two. Like you have to siege down 2 forts to hold that.
I think the idea
war
was
goal.
that there was no real opposition like in the last wars.
Yeah. We already had pushed him back again, and then we had to turn around because Khmer.
They're much better
handle.
quality than me.
Yeah, like I've been fighting this. I'm still pissed about it. I'm fighting this war without my discipline policy because I forgot to put it back on, and I still have the highest discipline.
Oh,
Yeah, I thought I
coming
got
up.
strict on my ruler during the war, but it was my area. I was celebrating.
Oh, your air's so old.
I mean, the air sucks, but he's strict.
Okay, let's
How
do
much
it.
is
happened? What happened in the previous war? Like, I thought Tibet was a bit bigger, or like Ming.
Yeah, Ming got
I
80.
lost that one because I was attacking with Bengal and Timurids, but all of a sudden, I asked them before if they would want to join, and they said yes, so I attacked, and then all of a sudden they didn't want to fight because Ram invaded Timurids. And
Which
then I
is
was on my
fair.
own against Manchu and Ram, so I was like, yeah, I'll uncon.
You should have kept that one Ming province right inside your land, Danny. Just left that as a wargle.
I mean, he integrated him.
Yeah, integrate
Yeah.
Ming now.
Khmer?
Oh yeah, that was the only process that was for war score I could take.
Oh,
I was at
I
I want
96.
to point something out, Khmer. Why are you still steering everything in the Malacca trade net? Collect in Siam, collect in Canton. You can collect in Malacca instead. You don't have any trade power in the Philippines. You don't have any trade power in the Moluccas. Just start collecting everywhere to get money. You could be, I checked it before the podcast started, instead of 5 ducats in trade, or like after I adjusted my thingy, 3 ducats, you would be making 60 ducats in trade.
Nice.
Like, of course, this is only for a couple of months before I start pulling the trades too, but at least you get 60 ducats for a few months. Yeah. Also, not upgrading your straight forts, they're still level 2, is kind of
Pain.
Well, that wasn't supposed to be the front. I don't believe he ever thought about upgrading those because we never thought we would be
He
fighting. down there.
upgraded the forts on Brunei.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, but he didn't upgrade the forts on the strait.
But by the way, that straight fort there, we nearly stack wiped Vermont's army there, but because of marshes and the great monsoon or something, it took me a year to march into that province.
Scorch Earth and Monsoon.
Yeah, it was disgusting. Yeah,
You can
I just
technically
stopped marching and turn around.
You can get movement locked, technically, with enough devastation in Scorched Earth. You just can't move.
It
No, you
was
can't.
minus
You can't.
75% movement speed.
Yeah,
You need monsoon for that.
He said
Because
monsoon.
Monsoon is like that's another good case where additive modifiers are not a good idea.
Devastation, even at maximum, is 25% only. So with Scorched Earth, it's 75. But the monsoon.
It's 100.
Yeah, and then you can't move unless your fort's marching or have a maneuver pip.
Yeah.
Like we saw that, and I like it wasn't that close because I still had 60k to drop in
okay.
with my boats because I was just it was faster for me because the monsoon also affects me. I think
Yeah, of course.
just drop,
Yeah.
pick up my soldiers in the boat and ship them there.
Oh man.
Instead of marching over the crossing.
Yeah, I was really confused. I was looking at my troops. Why aren't they arriving? What's happening here?
But one question, Seillem. Like, these were
I
enforced
think it's a
pieces, right?
shameful.
No.
Vermont enforced peace, yes.
I mean, you could have accepted that.
Yeah, I could have, but I was like, yeah, sure, let Vermont come in. I'll call Bengal in. But Vermont is not a great power because he's tributary.
Like, that's
so
very
Bengal
cheesy,
could not be
and
called in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we are talking about it in mod chat. Like,
Yeah,
that's
like if
definitely
Bengal would
not
have been
going
in,
to
it
stay
By
out.
the
would
way,
have been a fair war.
even if Bengal joins, you would still lose. You saw that Bengal.
He's unstable.
Like
No.
Bengal
With
is
Bengal, we would have had a fair war because
No.
Bengal could
it
have
wouldn't
held.
be anything fair because we still steamroll you.
What? No.
Yes,
Like
Bengal
still
is in
holding.
such a weak spot right now. He can't sustain a war. He doesn't have any income, and the moment he
let's
has
just say
to,
the situation is definitely way better if the ally was able to join, which was only not possible because of a cheese from an already very cheesy nation, because Vermont only exists in this shape because we have a lot of grey areas with tributaries.
Yeah, and Darth devved them quite a lot. I don't know if you saw the dev clicks, but Darth devved roughly twice as much as number 2.
Yeah, like we have a new tributary role prepared that stops all of this. We just don't know when we are going to implement it. Like if it's going to be for this game.
Also,
well, for this game, at least the
accepted
tributary
that,
study of
that's fine.
Vermont should be cancelled because he says he will
that's for
enforce
sure.
peace on more wars, and that
yeah,
is
Can
Vermont
we-
is not going to be able to stay tributary if he's a great power. That's definitely
also
going to happen.
something important. Please turn off being able to rename provinces. It can bug out the game, and there is in the Seillem trade note there are lots of provinces renamed.
Oh yeah, there's also one in China.
There's a reason why it's like not allowed in lots of mods.
I have
and
never seen it
service.
bugging out the game.
GG.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's fun and everything, but like it can happen.
Like
I think it was
Island Town.
I haven't
Yeah,
noticed that. I only noticed GG.
still-
Yeah,
well
that was my original one province minor Kangrai I started with.
Either way, let's go over to Madyas.
Oh yeah, Madyas is just.
Madyas is a smart man. He threw away the shackles of Khmer.
I mean, like if you
What
play
I mean-
like this, I would have expected him to go maritime and use his national ideas, right?
He doesn't need maritime.
Well, the player changed, remember? The original player wanted to invade Great Britain.
Yeah, that's true. And he failed at invading Mutapa.
Got stuck in Africa.
Madyas, what I meant with the shackles is he was in a trade deal with Malacca, and he only got like 90 subsidies out of it, and now he's collecting and makes 150 ducats. 142. He can even do a little bit of finicky to increase the trade volume even more, because he doesn't like have a merchant in Canton. He doesn't have he has a merchant in Polish Triangle. But yeah. Well, regarding the nation, naval-wise, he has naval ideas, but no naval stuff otherwise, so he can't beat the naval nations, which is me, I think, and Great Britain.
And Chibi.
Yeah, GP doesn't. GP has quality ideas. So he's like on par with GP. Yeah, lots of good. He is fully built up.
Okay, let's go over to Japan.
My favorite nation.
Japan, Chi.
It's a single player nation.
Did he fix the nation?
Was the nation broken?
Yes.
Oh, you have no idea.
yes,
Look at
yes,
this
yes,
dev.
yes.
Yeah, he fixed stuff.
Yeah,
It's-
it definitely
it's
can
getting
become
there.
better.
Also, it's a republic. I like. And he's trading in China.
Wait.
I like even
Oh,
more.
wait. The Republic is Japan?
Yes.
Yeah, you wanted to play as tall. I figured
Of
it
course,
was.
like it should be a theocracy, but like.
Yeah.
At one point, he was
Is it
asking me to
independent?
take provinces from him. I said no.
Second, is he an independent daimyo?
I think.
Wait, he said he wanted you to take provinces from him.
Yeah.
Oh, the Republic. Yeah, this is
In Korea.
it's weird.
He can't be an independent daimyo as Japan.
Yeah, like you should not form Japan until you become a theocracy.
Yeah, it was with Japan when he took over.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Also, it took.
Wait, he
It's
started.
the original
in-
player. It's GMG.
yeah.
Oh, was he? I thought.
Yeah,
Yes.
he started.
It's always
in
been
Japan.
GMG.
So if you can't be independent daimyo when you form Japan, then you shouldn't form Japan until you
Wait, wasn't it him who fought
become a
Jarvin?
theocracy.
Yes.
It was yeah.
Yeah.
But independent daimyo is really good.
I think
I
went bankrupt
like
once or
his
twice.
ideas because he picked maritime, and
You
maritime allows him to fight off like Madyas and somewhat Great Britain because he gets 20% more of navy and has the capacity to build actually boats. He has a lot of boats, 43 heavies. Needs to upgrade them. Nope. He already upgraded them.
Yeah, I think him and Matyas are friends though.
Yeah.
As a I don't want either of them to join the war. Of of course the Madyas would join, it would be easier for us to knock him out. Since
You might
Neville's a
want to consider getting a fort in Songhai and Kuyo, so you can defend Korea easier.
Who
The
is
question
supposed
is
to
if you
defend
ever
again?
want to defend Korea,
Anybody.
because defending Korea would mean that
Manchu.
Manchu attacks you, and at that point you are happy
No,
that you don't
I
get
mean
Austria against you.
when somebody attacks him and just lands in
No
Korea.
one is gonna attack
Oh,
Japan.
Yeah, but
Or
if someone
someone-
lands in Korea, what do these forts do for you?
Oh,
Japan only
with,
wants to fight in wars that Khmer isn't in.
I mean, he has no allies.
Well, Ruto allied to him, I would say.
Meta alliance.
So one thing I'd like to point out, that keeps on getting pointed out every week, is he has an extra merchant, right? You
Yeah.
could put that anywhere and get 10% more trade power in Nippon.
But
Yeah.
can he reach anything now?
Yeah,
he can
yeah,
reach
Beijing.
anywhere.
can
Yeah,
reach
just put it transferring from anywhere.
Oh yeah, I asked him to transfer trade in Hangzhou. He used to have 2 extra merchants. But I think he stopped.
Let's
It
go
was when
to Zealandia,
Yeah.
aka
Was when-
Australia.
Oh,
Khmer...
it's not the Emu Empire. No.
Another death meme.
Wait, it has 0 death? Yeah.
No, it's because it's
Zero good power rating because of, yeah. I know.
And look, probably Darth did all the deving. I assume.
Which will not be allowed next game. Pretty sure of that.
Somebody salty.
I mean, it doesn't affect me, but it shouldn't be allowed.
Yeah,
So-
it is kind of cheesy.
Good income, good advisors. I still don't like the national ideas, sorry. Kick expansion, please. Why do you still have expansion?
Yeah.
It never got edited out. It was supposed to be the first week.
Yeah. Now you have to get rid of it and take instead like innovative ideas or
Or
religious.
religious or trade.
No, trade doesn't make
You know,
sense.
religious probably, yeah.
She has a trade deal with Madyas.
And actually, Zealandia looks pretty good. If I recall correctly, it has more overall strength than I do.
Oh fuck!
It has 50% more manpower than you.
Yeah, but it also has a big sugar daddy that devs it up and gives money and
And
stuff.
200, yeah, but you played your nation for 200 years, and Zealandia, I think, for like 60 years.
Just give me Darth's money for 60 years and I'll present my
built-
nation happily.
It's more about the mana than about the money.
Yeah,
I've built every single building of Zealandia that's possible to build that I see available.
of course, because you have so much money, you don't know what to do.
Yeah, so stop shaming me and just appreciate that Darth made this Zealandia happen. But now it's kind of good. Like, you could consider actually doing things with it. War against Madyas could be working out for someone,
Nah,
if you weren't allied.
I like that they have a random province in Papaya, Pennsylvania. Stuff.
Just colonizing that for him.
Let's jump to the new world.
Yeah, let's start.
Start with GameStop.
Hell yeah.
Has it stopped burning?
Right
Nope.
back.
He still has no buildings.
Is he still losing all his gold income? Yes.
Yes, of course. I don't know. Also, he actually lost the gold mine.
Yeah, Inca bullied him.
Also, I know that Vermont is probably sending him like 20k next session, so he can actually build stuff.
I think
Because when we go to Vermont, we can see that he has a little bit of income to use.
Actually, we can just
yeah.
go over to Vermont. Let's do the speed. Before we
Let's see.
Yeah,
What's his
there's
income?
A bit of money laying around here,
Oh, yeah.
which could be partially due to the dev memes that are happening here.
Sword.
What's his max manpower?
Okay, I'll be heading out.
1.1 million.
See you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got.
Bye.
Hey, are there 2 people trading in Coca at the moment?
Well, we might be seeing Vermont and China next session.
I think we already saw
Yeah,
one.
we have to. Nice.
No, land-wise.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hey, Vermont's also trading tropical wood.
Yeah. You def a little bit of tropical wood. It's surprisingly easy to get it.
Yeah, because not.
Yeah, like some
Not all the
specific
areas
nodes you need
produce
to control.
Yeah,
So,
like Brazil Chinese area.
Amazons.
Yeah.
Okay,
Amazonas.
let's look at Inca.
Not Chinese, but like Southeast Asia.
Inca, sorry, Inca, you're still not relevant because you didn't do anything.
Could we look at Colombia instead, maybe?
Yeah,
I mean, Colombia is a thing. Why is Colombia the same color as me? I have to kill it.
I mean, Inca is still Inca. Let's go over to Maya.
Yeah.
But Inca took maritime ideas instead of a third mill group.
Who knows?
Challenge Maya.
A lot of people actually didn't take a third mill group, I've noticed.
Yeah.
Because they're all fake. They're all
That's
freaky.
because this game is cursed.
Freaky.
So, Kathal, what do you want to tell us about this nation?
Oh, wait, I'm paused, sorry.
Did you do
Lost the
Spain
game.
already, by the way?
What do I want to talk about this nation? I have a problem. I'm building too fast boats, so I'm actually draining my sailors by building too fast. And they have a high recovery, so I was down at like 3k sailors, so I had to stop for like 5 years now, or 6 years to get up again.
Any sailor manufacturers?
I think I have 3. No, I have a little bit more. I built them because I was like, I needed a higher recovery rate because I was building too many boats. But yeah, I'm by far the strongest navy in the game. I have 82 innovativeness. I'm trying to get to 100 to the end of the campaign. I don't think I will get it. But yeah, I'm happy.
I see a unused colonist here, Kathal.
Where should I colonize?
You said put it somewhere. Get that with it.
Oh yeah, I can promote settler growth.
Okay.
It's random, right?
Next nation would be Cuba, I think. What's the tag of that? CO1.
Wait, no, you did Spain already.
Yeah, we can circle back for you.
Maybe afterwards.
Yeah.
Well, Cuba could maybe step.
No.
Did Cuba go bankrupt? What's this?
Yeah.
My
You did a bankruptcy build.
Wanted to try it.
I mean, actually, Cuba isn't as bad as it could be.
Yeah. He's a 20
Cuba
dev.
is the same size as
he has
Zealandia.
lots of admin dev, by the way. And there's lots of shipyards. So he might have you might want to consider.
Everybody knew we're going Neo.
You might want to pick maritime instead of expansion. Also, get rid of expansion, please. You have no use to it for it. And you could ask Great Britain to get freedom, so you can form something, maybe. It's still be his vessel. Oh yeah. Texas.
Tejas. Angry face.
Yeah, Mr. Blackfoot, Mr. Angry Face. I asked him the very important question if he will keep the face, and the answer is yes.
The pace.
Even though the provinces are kind of good, it's grassland. And
Can you fill in like the bottom province in the mouth and just have like teeth there or something?
No, it's just.
It's a wasteland. You can't do it.
No, he can, but
You could be filling in this and have like a tongue or something. But not sure that actually.
I need to fill it in. I need to fill it in for a different color. That would work. But how?
Yeah, for how?
Oh, just snake up there.
I mean,
Start
Spain could
colonizing
take
the
it
return
over, I guess.
provinces.
Newark. Nice.
He is very strong. He's getting there. He's not very strong, but he's getting there. Let's go to Mr. Irokese.
Oh yeah, that's the last nation.
With his capital in Mexico.
Surprisingly strong.
Yeah, like he controls East America. He has lots of manpower, he has good ideas. His quality defensive eco. Our case ideas are not bad. He has 10% RCA, 5% discipline. He finally fixed his income like 2 sessions ago. He still needs to dev way too much land because guess what? Everything starts with 4 or 5 dev. But he's getting there. Also, I think he had like a good ruler for once. with like 11 points before that one. This one, so he was able to def a lot.
Seems
Nice.
to be going well for him.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that wraps it up for this week's episode.
Let's go to Spain for a moment because Mr. Elisha's here. You can talk about Spain.
No, we could just stop recording.
Yeah,
and do it
I'll stop
afterwards.
recording and leave, and you can talk about it.
So, one last question. Any expectations for next session?
More war in Sweden.
Okay.
Versus who? Versus the Prussians?
Manchu will become the second strongest nation.
It's already the second strongest nation.
No, Vermont, Manchu.
I think it's gone from Spain, actually.
Probably, I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
I
Any other
don't know
calls?
exactly what happened, but I think
Well, it will be
Roughly.
interesting to see what happens in the HRE. I feel like now that Switzerland isn't constantly at war with Italy anymore, there could be new helpers against the menacing threat in the center. But that remains to be seen. Also interesting what's going to happen to Ruthenia, because he's been sitting in the middle of a lot of stuff lately, but he's not really part of any of the alliances anymore, if I'm not mistaken. Like, he's allied to Bavaria, but that's somewhat of a loose link. Like, Jerusalem could be looking at this land, Rum could be, Persia could be, Prussia could be, and Russia could be, really. So Ruthenia could be interesting in his position because he's not doing much.
I mean, Russia can't.
Yeah, I'm also guessing Russia is going to die.
I don't see any way Russia could be dying.
Russia could be dying, but it's not that.
The player could just quit.
Yeah, he has too much land to die in one session.
Yeah.
I mean, if everybody puts in some effort.
I mean, it depends on who's willing to kill him, but a lot of people around him are busy, I think.
Yeah.
My goals for next session is like to screw with more trade. I need more money. I'm poor. So yeah, I think that's it.
Yep. Okay. Then we'll see each other next week again, and I'll stop the recording.